Hello and welcome, hope you're all having a great day. In this video I'm going to break down everything to do with the vehicle event so you can unlock that BAS-P blueprint as pain-free as possible. The best place to start is to mention that you only need to complete 6 of these in order to unlock the blueprint. So for that reason I'm going to put this video in order of how easy I see the challenges are to complete, but feel free to pick and choose whichever you prefer. Now before we jump into the challenges, if you do find this video helpful, then don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you want the latest guides on everything Call of Duty. The first and easiest challenge is the ATV, which requires 5 seconds of airtime. Load into Plunder or DMZ, but Plunder is arguably easier. Drive to the top of the observatory area and look for an angle that has a steep drop. Drive off the edge, and a few seconds after landing the achievement should pop up. The second challenge is the dirt bike, and this requires 20 air tricks. Again, either DMZ or Plunder, and you'll want to find an area out the way which has hills or anything you can use as a ramp. While in the air, you'll need to press a button in order to perform a trick. For me, it was to press the right stick in. You will know if the trick has been performed correctly by the Superman popping up on the screen with the XP. Rinse and repeat this 20 times and the challenge will be complete. For the third challenge, we're required to jump into DMZ and select the Ashika Island map. This is by far the best way to complete the PWC challenge, and don't worry if you've never played DMZ, you just go in with nothing, it's not a problem at all. You don't even need a weapon as this can be looted if required. What you want to do is find the closest PWC and drive around the outside of the map. Stick close enough that you enter the zones and you'll pass 5 POIs in no time. Once completed, if you've entered with nothing, you can just leave as you have nothing to lose and therefore don't need to exfil. Challenge 4 requires you to stay in DMZ, but this time jump across to Al Mazrah. The LTV requires you to run over 30 enemies, and bots are by far the easiest method. Find the closest LTV and start running over every bot in sight. If a vehicle becomes damaged, don't forget to use petrol stations to reheal, where bots will also be located. Stay out of larger cities as you don't want to run into mass amount of bots hiding in buildings or even enemy players. Find little groups on the road around the outside of the map to guarantee yourself less drama. Moving on to number 5, and we are staying in Al Mazrah DMZ. We need to refuel the light helo at 10 different gas stations. This one can be a bit of a pain if you can't find the helicopter or it's already been taken. If that's the case, try a different challenge or just back out and try again. You will need to completely refuel the helicopter to max at each station you visit, but you can hover just above in order to refuel. If you're getting shot at, you may need to land and take out the bots as the refueling often stops or even glitches. Look for stations close to each other like the 3 here towards the bottom right hand corner. Challenge 6, which is the armoured control boat and could be your last challenge required. This is another that requires Al Mazrah DMZ and can be a pain finding. Once entered, you'll want to drive around the shore picking bots off as you go. As you can see from the clips here, I'm driving a little and then switching to the turret. Ideally head towards Sawyer Village, which is all water, allowing you to take out mass amount of bots. Moving on to the heavy tank now, which is surprisingly really easy but does require a little luck. Head over to Groundwar where you'll have no issues picking up the 20 kills. The issue is being the first one into the tank. Now you can get this done if the turret is free, but controlling the tank and having the main gun is by far the easiest method. If you aren't the first and the game is at the beginning, I'll just back out and try again, don't waste your time. If the game is halfway through or you've died already using the tank, then there is a chance a second tank will spawn. Wait in the main base area and keep looking at the mini-map waiting for the drop. My last tip is if you're hit with a drill charge, which is quite common, make sure you leave the tank before it explodes and jump straight back in after, otherwise it will kill you. Armoured Truck is at 8 and requires something a little bit different. Jump into the co-op mode called Low Profile, where a teammate will be assigned if you're solo. Honestly, don't worry about your teammate, if they're clueless you can do this on your own. I'd recommend keeping the sniper and grabbing an SMG before dropping. Once you've started, go to A, first taking out the bots and being careful with the traps. Find the radioactive object and from there swim across to B and repeat the process. C is a little bit harder, but keep your distance. Use the recon drone and snipe at range. Also, you will need to be aware of the jug, but he isn't too difficult to take out. At the end of this game mode, when you need to exfil, armoured trucks will be driven around by the bots. Take one on the way to the exfil site and start smashing into every truck you see. I managed to get 3 in one go before finishing it off with a second attempt. Each attempt takes around 15 to 20 minutes if you don't worry about being silent. The hatchback makes it in at 9 and I'd recommend dropping into Vondel lockdown quads. Drop straight to a vehicle where you have a choice to make. You can either be sneaky with a sniper and try and take people out at range, or full on send it like I did. Excuse the weapon builds, I haven't played Vondel in ages and couldn't be bothered to change them. My tactic here was to drive past the zone and hang out the window, taking out anyone I could find. Make sure to finish off your down for this one to count. If I died, I'd either fly straight back to that vehicle or find another. Trust me, you're going to die a lot in this one, but it doesn't matter as you'll just respawn. On to the final challenge, and this fully depends on your team. For the MRAP, we want to go into the Armoured Royale mode, and I found the turret the most effective method. With a group of friends, this could be good fun and not too difficult, but like I said, it completely depends on your team. I had people drive me into rivers, off cliffs. One guy even managed to get the truck stuck between 2 buildings. Focus on players out of the armoured truck as these are easier to kill, but if you're in battle, aim for the guy on the turret. Often they can go down quite easy, which not only gives you a chance of a kill, but also makes the enemy team a lot weaker. This will allow you to destroy the truck and pick up a few extra kills. Let me know which ones you picked and if you enjoyed any of the challenges. As always, good luck, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.